You're about to see the smoke from its two Klimov RD-33 turbofans as it powers up for takeoff. There you go, the unmistakable sight of the Mikoyan MiG-29 Fulcrum, this one from the Polish Air Force. This aircraft is really one of those that encouraged us young enthusiasts to come to the air tattoos when they first started appearing here in the early 1990s after the end of the Iron Curtain.
And it's fantastic to see the MiG using the full height available today. Yesterday you could only get his flat show in, but today it's fantastic to see him using the performance of the aircraft to show it off to its full as he positions now for an oblique loop at ground centre.
A different pilot yesterday as against today. Today's demonstration pilot, Lieutenant Colonel Artur Kalko from the 1st Tactical Squadron at Minsk-Mazowiecki.
The MiG climbing into a loop, and he'll be turning halfway down to position back along the A-axis. Now performing a minimum radius turn, so keeping the turn circle as tight as possible so he can keep nice and close to you watching on the ground line.
This aircraft was conceived as a pure dogfighter, and can't you tell it was designed to counter American fighters of the time like the F-15 and F-16. It first flew in 1977, entered service with the Soviet Air Force 6 years later. Of course, to serve in the Soviet Union, it had to be a basic and rugged design in some ways. And maybe when it rolls past on landing, you'll see the movable intake shields that help it operate safely from unprepared or damaged runways. 2 rolls on the next pass.
I think the MiG now's positioning crowd left for his knife edge pass, so get those cameras ready and you'll get a great picture of the top side of the MiG.
We think he's actually going to do the knife edge on his next pass now after an extra bit of positioning there. In the Cold War, MiG-29s would have assisted a Soviet advance into Western Europe escorting ground attack aircraft. Now they're part of NATO. Our times have changed. Poland had their MiG-29s delivered in 3 batches. The first lot were new production aircraft, then they took some that were formerly with the Czech Air Force, and in 2004 they paid just a symbolic euro for 22 more Fulcrums, as the type was unofficially designated by NATO, from the German Luftwaffe. Today they have 32 of them in service with 2 units, the 1st Tactical Fighter Squadron at Minsk-Mazowiecki and the 41st at Malbork up near Gdansk in northern Poland. Today, only the MiG-29s and Sukhoi Su-22 fitters remain from Poland's Cold War era Soviet-built combat aircraft. It's got new F-16s now, but these aeroplanes are still very much on frontline duty. Wheels down now for a low approach. Here at the Air Tattoo, because in September 2011 the Air Force signed a deal to upgrade 16 of their Fulcrums, and this should see their service lives through until about the year 2030. That was a thunderous and brilliant display. I remember being at the Polish MiG-29 base at Malbork on a summer's evening just like this a few years ago. They were in the circuit, smoking their way around while coming onto finals just like that, with the huge smoke rings being generated by the Fulcrum. A brilliant display. As it rolls past on landing, take a look at the tail, because this MiG-29 carries special markings that honour a Polish World War II hero killed in action. The man in question, one Miroslav Feric, an ace who had 2 2/3 confirmed kills, flying PZL P-11C and Morin-Saunier MS-406 fighters before he joined number 303 Squadron of the Royal Air Force on Hurricanes in 1940. On the 14th of February 1942 he was killed when his Spitfire broke up over RAF Norfolk. The Polish Air Force remembers its heroes, and it also recalls the close links between Poland and the Royal Air Force, and so do we. A superb demonstration from Lieutenant Colonel Artur Kalko.